Okay, so I put the eyes in. I've done the first couple of washes. I'm just going to continue to add details to this cat's fur. I'm still at the stage where I want everything to stay pretty soft. So I've got a completely dry piece of paper right now. You always want to start each new wash with a completely dry piece of paper. And I'm going to re-wet. Of course, being careful to wet around the eye. And if you have other white spots that you want to keep absolutely white, and I do encourage you to find those spots, don't put water on them unless you think you can control the paint enough to keep those whites really white. Like this area right here is going to be white, but this area is also white, and this is going to be white with just some little black spots, so I'm going to just go ahead and put water on it because it won't be hard to protect those, because I won't be doing much work with the paint in those areas anyway. Okay. Always start with your brightest colors, and you can always dull them down later. So on my palette, I'm going to clean off a little spot where it's perfectly clean, and I'm going to get some nice pure burnt sienna, and I'm even going to brighten up my burnt sienna a little bit with some red and some yellow, just to make it a little, not much, but just a little tad brighter. And it doesn't take a lot of that naphthol red. If that's the paint, if that's the red that you bought, that's on the supplies list, it does not take a lot. So just a little tiny bit, mostly burnt sienna, tiny little bit of naphthol, and some white, some yellow, I'm sorry, just to brighten it up a tad. Okay, and I'm going to check how wet my paper is. I don't want this to bleed too much. Actually, I want this area more wet, just a little bit wetter, just so, because I want a really soft edge. I'm going to paint in the fur here on this side. So I want to keep it pretty soft. You don't want hard edges on this underlayer. This is still going to be the underlayer. And fur looks very soft, so it's important to work wet into wet. Okay, and then I'm going to add some blues here. You want to keep changing the colors as needed. It's the more colors you can get in an area, the more interest you're going to have. So now I'm going to add some burnt sienna with a little bit of ultramarine, just a little bit, so it's a little bit of a change from what I just put in, because this cat does have a lot of colors in the coat, so I'm going to try to capture that. Okay, and I'm going to now go to a more cream consistency paint in my paintbrush. So it's almost like almost to where it's not even watery anymore. Very, 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 very thick paint on my paintbrush. So that it's very thick cream consistency, not paint consistency, but cream consistency still. And I'm just going to continue to put some burnt sienna in. Okay, And so that's a demonstration for what I'm going to do for the rest of the fur in this area. So work on your painting, put in those medium colors. We've already got in the light colors with our first and second washes. Now I want you to go back in and let's put in the medium colors. I cheated here a bit because it's dark and there's not going to be any underlayers here, so that's okay. So go in, I'm going to go in and I'm going to put some more colors in here, put in mediums and even some darks. I'm going to work wet and wet all through here to get some nice soft fur. Okay, so work on your painting and then we'll come back and work a little bit on the background and some details.